Welcome back to another Road Rage episode, guys. Today we back at the shop, and as always, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. This is the home of your favorite car content, the best LS swaps in the game, man. So let's just jump right into this, man. All right, we got the Monte Carlo. Yep, this is the one. The Monte Carlo is back. It's been all the body work, everything's been done. A few minor ins and outs left to do on it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is the Monte Carlo that was wrecked a few years back. I did a video on how all that happened, all of that good stuff, man. I'm gonna go ahead and put it right here in the description if you want to see that. It should be on your screen right now. Also, if you want to see what actually happened to this car and how bad it was, still got the LSA in it. But today, this is what we talking about. Yes! This is another Cutlass. For this guy Steve out of the area. It's a T-top. This car look rougher than what it actually is. I do know he had some minor issues when he bought it, as far as a few little rust spots. He had somebody go ahead and address all that. It looked pretty good, looks pretty decent. Haven't been able to, well, I won't be the one doing it, but I guess you really won't know how good of a job they did until you sit the actual the tops on and see how well they seal once you get all the gaskets and everything, or rather the weather stripping on and get all those and get the T-top sit in. So I think that'll just be up to the body man. I believe he has the entire interior. I'm not sure, but I do know for sure he's going with these seats here. These are, I don't remember what year, but these are definitely Mustang seats. He brought them in. At some point, we're going to go ahead and fabricate some mounts for them so that they can go ahead and fit right in here. But that's for a later time. Right now, I think he's just worried about getting this thing fired up. Want to make sure it runs and drives as should. I don't know, man. Overall, this I would say this is a decent car. It's very solid. Like minor rust. I think the biggest problem with this car is it was hit from the, I want to say from the passenger side. I don't know if you can tell how close that body gap is between the trunk and the quarter. But yeah, let me just get right into it. I know it's been a little while, man. I'm just trying to get back in my groove with this YouTube stuff, man. We have another one under here. This is, don't mind the mess, that's the box Chevy. I'll show you guys that at a later time. We're still wrapping up a few things with that. That's almost completed. But let's get right T-top Cutlass, as I told y'all guys before. This is a 5.3 mated with a, I believe this is a 112, MP112 Magnuson Supercharger. So carbon fiber shaft. So you already know this thing has been upgraded, and it should do decent, man. I think this thing will be good for anywhere between like right at 500 to 550, maybe even 6 if you really push it and go E85 and all that good stuff. But he's really not looking for that. He's just looking for some power. I think we might just get him tuned and get him set up right at that 500 mark so that, you know, he can whoop enough ass. Cut a couple tires and just bend the block, you know what I'm saying? But we're still here working this whole thing out. I'm not quite sure, right, how I'm gonna line this whole thing up, but essentially what we had to do was get the Corvette chromatic balancer, get a C5 and C6 power steering alternator bracket, and then we also got a IC billet Corvette spacing AC bracket. The only thing right now that I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do, and I'm sure I'll figure a way, whether it's moving a couple pulleys around or changing smooth to ribs and ribs to smooth. I do need to figure a way to route this so that it has enough belt wrap on the supercharger so it's not, you know, really slipping. Right now it should go something like this, and that's just ain't going to cut it. You know what I'm saying? That's just not gonna cut it for me. I know some people who would probably just, but if I can get roughly, I'd say a 40 degree wrap around it. I think that's good enough for the power level he's going to be at. I don't think he's going to really be be able to you know, even spin what do you call it, man, have the belt slipping too much. We'll just make sure we put the proper size belt, and that should really be it, man. So we're still at the beginning or mid stages of this. We're still working out the fuel regulator. What else? We still have to wrap up the harness. This is a PSI harness like we always use. They did send it with the wrong injector plugs, but they already let us know that they're sending out the adapters. So these are, we need the adapters to convert to EV1. I believe these are EV6 injectors, plugs. What else? Sensors. Oh, fueling. So fueling also is almost done. We have the hoses here, not just the fuel regulator. The hose is already there. That's a 8 and a 6. We're running 12 hoses for this. Man, listen guys, it come real close, like really close when we put the 12AN fittings onto this, but it does clear. Already you can see it's not much, but it definitely clears. So really got lucky with that. Didn't account for that when we were actually getting the bungs welded on. But man, thanks to the car gods that actually clear. That's one less thing we have to worry about. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. There's not really nothing too critical. We got the reservoir here for the supercharger. The pump we typically mount right here, and then as always we use the AFCO. This is the big boy, man. We always use the AFCO for the for cooling. This thing on the Cutlass is super ideal, man. It's the Cutlass and Supercharger heat exchangers, or any heat exchangers at that, whether it's turbo, just always work out well because they have these huge nostrils up here, man, that just allow you to catch all the air, everything that comes through. It really does very efficiently cool this. Now, and I say that because if you check out the Monte Carlos right behind me, they're pretty low. I don't know if you can really see. They're pretty low. You don't really, if I put it at eye level, here we go. You don't really get much of that, and that's the same size heat exchanger. You can't really get a lot of that up here, and the reason for that is they have a latch. I don't know if y'all can see. There's a latch that gets mounted, that holds down the hood, that just kind of gets in the way. So that's why with the Monte Carlos, we always add extra fans to kind of push air through that. On the Cutlasses, you really don't need to, especially at the power level he's going to be making. That's a pretty big pulley also. So he should be only making roughly like 9 pounds of boost on here. Anything more than that, he just really doesn't need. You know what I'm saying? That's the customer's request. It's just what it's going to be. But guys, just bear with me, man. I promise I'm going to keep working on these videos, getting them out to you guys. I'm not just trying to put any content out, but right now, just want to get back in the groove of things. So I'm going to be giving you guys as much videos as possible until I can set up a schedule or timeline to kind of get everything in some sort of fashion or format. So as always, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. Show me that you still rock with me, and let's get back to this, man. Let's get on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Let's get it.